Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full House Games. I am, of course, Caleb, and joining me are Ben Clinic and Nathaniel Wells. And you're watching Joseph on the left there playing Abzan versus Corey playing Jeskai.
Alright, so I believe it's Jeskai tokens.
I do think so.
Yeah, because he was playing at the there's a buyer box down at the Gold Coast a week earlier, and I believe he won that or came second playing this deck.
Nice.
So he's doing well with it. He knows what's up. So hopefully we should see a good match here. And Joseph, very good standard player. All he does is play standard. He just grinds. Oh, he plays Modern Affinity as well. But standard's his ball game. Just grinds that hard.
Fair enough. It's a pretty good deck on both sides. Both up and coming in this standard meta. Obviously, Jeskai Ascendancy, a very busted card.
Oh, certainly.
Place you want to be, especially if you're running deep through time.
Yeah. What's your opinions on Jeskai Ascendancy in Modern
sorry.
in regards to bannings and stuff? Because at the World Championships, the Fate Stitcher versions all went undefeated, didn't they? Because they never crossed.
But the Fate Stitcher versions went undefeated for a reason. Like the card's insane.
That's what I'm saying.
But they also prepared very well in the sideboard. Like their sideboard, like their transformational sideboard into like this gifts package was just insane. No one saw it coming. Like you can just do that and just win.
So you reckon Jeskai Ascendancy is safe to keep?
Well, I think they have to print cards that will make it easy to fight. Most definitely. But look, I mean, how easy is it to path to exile a Fate Stitcher, right?
Well, I feel like they can just go off in response to it, can't they? I'm not that familiar in Modern, so I'm just curious
I mean, yes and no. You have to have the path, obviously, so you've got to respect that they can go and combo off. But once they hit 4 mana, they've got to play around you playing around them. So if you go, alright, well, you've got this combo and you're going to tap your Fate Stitcher to untap this to cast a spell, you can obviously cast Path to Exile in response and they're not going to get any value out of that. Like, their Ascendancy's cut off right there, yeah?
So Corey's on the play?
Leading with the Pain Lands?
Leading with the Pain Lands.
And casting something immediately. This is
Monastery
Monastery
Swiftbear. I actually really like this as a card. It's a little...
In the tokens deck? I didn't even...
It's pretty good because like every time you cast a token spell, you're generating that prowess. If you sort of lean away from the life gain that you would get from Seeker of the Way, it's pretty solid.
With a Jeskai Ascendancy out, and when you start casting your Jeskai... Like, if you have a Jeskai Ascendancy out, and this is not Magic Christmas Land, this happens probably nearly every game. Monastery Swiftbear, Jeskai Ascendancy out, and the most popular mode, I think at the moment on the Jeskai Charm in this deck, is the +1/+1.
+1/+1.
So you get your Monastery Swiftbear is now a 4/5 just from that one spell you've cast.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Exactly.
A 4/5 with lifelink.
I think...
No, not lifelink.
Yep.
No,
it's
just a
just
4/5.
lifelink. No.
Because the charm gives it lifelink.
Yeah,
wow.
that's right, yeah.
Oh man, so there's just, and that's not Magical Christmas Land. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen consistently. That's insane.
Pretty gross.
Yeah,
Pretty gross card all around. Or you can just send it upstairs and it's 4 and then 3.
I mean,
so
Joseph's on 15 already, and he hasn't had the opportunity to do anything.
Joseph's kept a hand of Elspeth and 5 lands, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah.
That's another untapped land.
No, I see a Siege Rhino in there.
Yeah, but he drew 2 Siege Rhinos.
That's how we get there.
And I'm pretty sure this is a Siege Rhino coming down from Corey. A Rabble Master coming down from Corey with a second one in hand. So
Corey is off
if
to the
this
races.
isn't answered really quickly,
Yeah, and Joseph's not going to have anything
not in
on
a great
3.
position.
Yeah.
He's going to play a tap land here, hoping to hit that Siege Rhino on 4, and it's not going to be enough.
No, absolutely not.
No. Gaining 3 life and...
And there's a Stoke the Flames
Yeah.
as well. Yep, and we're just going to go straight to Game 3.
Yeah.
Game 2.
Did he just reveal his hand here and go, mate, there's nothing... There's nothing
I
he can
think
do.
he's just scooped, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, how do you beat that,
I
right?
don't think you can.
That's-
He's on the Abzan mid-range plan, which a lot of people are at the moment, but like, I mean, look at how many cards he's bringing in for the matchup.
Yeah,
He's
he
got-
immediately just brought in half of his sideboard.
Yeah, it's a Drown in Sorrows, Barb Lights, the usual kind of stuff the Abzan decks play in the board.
Interesting. There were a couple of other ones I saw in there as well. I think an Elspeth. And
I like
an
taking out a
Hostility.
Johnny there. That's good.
Johnny definitely. I'd probably take out Soren if I'm him. They're just both too slow, and Soren can quite easily get 2 for 1 with you. You swing with your Monastery Swiftspear, he's got a block with the Vampire, Magma Jet, Soren.
I think I saw him snap off a Thoughtseize there. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I'm liking that he's given it a shot. Snapping an Ascendancy would be good.
Yeah, but that's like
Absolutely. But
what else do you want to grab though? That's the thing.
It's pretty risky because
he's taking them out, and I think I agree with that.
If you don't hit an Ascendancy, and if you don't hit a Treasure Cruise, you're just fueling Treasure Cruises.
Yeah, you're doing not only, and you really haven't impacted the board. You haven't done anything.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're not hitting an Ascendancy or a Cruise, you just Thoughtseize is literally 1 mana, lose 2 life, discard a card. So moving on to a quick game 2 here. Got the.
I mean, maybe you take out a Rabble Master or something strong, but even then, the Jeskai deck as a whole is quite resilient.
It has a lot of redundancy.
Yeah,
redundancy. Aggro decks that are quite redundant, you always want to take out Thoughtseize against because you don't get the value off it it doesn't put you in a position where you want to be. Unless they've kept a bad hand, in which case you're already in a good position.
Absolutely.
Thoughtseize is just win more in that case.
Yeah, and you don't really need that. You want something like Drown in Sorrow, like Vile Blight, that can take care of all of it.
Interested to see Corey. I saw him being very, very, very patient the other day when he was playing against Abden post board. He was playing around those sorrows really well.
So he takes a less aggressive role into a more.
Well, that's what he was doing a week ago, and that was the first time he played it, and I liked that path. We'll see if he keeps going there.
It looks like he has. He's brought in Brimaz from the board.
There we go.
So
that's
just a fantastic answer to Vile Blight, Drown, so pretty much everything.
Best play and standard on the play. So we're gonna see. You get a Siege Rhino when
the play is very strong. Answered by a Seeker of the Way. Not as great, because we're probably going to see,
Vile Blight or something like that.
Maybe Vile Blight, maybe Drown in Sorrow. Yeah,
he's just Vile Blighting it now.
That's fair enough. You don't want to get fancy with it, because if Corey, unleashes a Jeskai Charm in his turn, things are not looking good.
I also believe he has another Bio Blight, so.
Do you think
he's got 2 Drown in Sorrows by the looks of things, and an Abzan Charm.
Rabble Master.
Rabble Master.
That's
pretty not that decent here. It's not a fantastic card to just walk into this Vile Blight. Drown in Sorrow, I should say. Now, this is something I'm not a huge fan of. Does he have any other lands to play?
No.
No,
he doesn't. So
okay.
He's at 5, which is pretty good.
He's at 5 short, but he's going to Drown in Sorrow here, which gives you the Scry 1 anyway. I mean, it's just an unfortunate land to play, but he's just going to pass it.
Look, I like passing it here. Try and get a bit more value out of it. Yeah. You can take the hit. It's going to be what?
A damage, yeah. You did get to see that Scry anyway, so it's not terrible.
Yeah.
And if you're Corey, you probably want to see. I don't know.
I really like being patient on the Drown. Sorry, here. You've got the Vile Blight back up.
Charm here.
No,
Ascendancy.
Or Ascendancy, yeah.
Ascendancy is what I meant to say there.
Yep, Ascendancy is pretty good.
A Charm's never bad either.
No, yeah, I'm not against Vile Blight here, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like you want to hold on to it. Just take the hit. How much burn do they really have? They've got the Stokes. They've got the Jeskai Charm. They got a lot of burn, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the Stoke in his hand right now.
Well, I mean,
and he's got a Jeskai Charm.
You could throw the Caryatid under the bus.
But then you're putting yourself down to 4 mana, which is.
And you're going to be able to block these 1/1s, and these Jeskai token decks have tons of piddly little creatures that can just chip away at your life and do huge damage without you realising.
Well, that's not a piddly little creature though. That's a Bromaz.
Yeah, but he does have the Abzan Charm to deal with that, and a little bit of an unfortunate Wingmate Rock stuck in his hand.
Most
there.
definitely.
Not
You really don't want to play that without the.
I'm excited for the day when there's a deck that uses Wingmate Rock well, because Wingmate Rock is busted in this deck, but raid triggers maybe 60% of the time. Would you agree?
Yeah, it does get stuck in your hand a little bit.
And the times, and often it is just, there's going to be a deck before it rotates. There has to be. The card's too powerful that just abuses Wingmate Rock. Wingmate Rock is always rated and it's always getting tons of value.
Oh, absolutely. It's
No play from Joseph.
the not straw. Well, no, he's going to, utilize either that downfall or that Abzan charm in Corey's turn. No sense in not wasting the mana. Get a little bit more information out of his hand.
Do you downfall or Abzan Charm here?
I'm going to say you downfall.
Save the Abzan Charm for the draw?
Yeah, you want the extra options on that Abzan charm. And I mean, it looks like Corey's going for a more Jeskai build.
Yeah, and he's gone a little bit larger here, which maybe now you're starting to play around the Ashcloud Phoenix, where Abzan Charm is a hell of a lot better.
Exactly. And also for Joseph here, you can... you've got another Drowning Sorrow for any more Rabble Masters that come out. And you're not ever really in a bad position here. He's got quite a lot of responses. Unfortunately, no threats, so he might just have to deploy that Wingmate Rock by itself.
Which is not horrible.
Which is not horrible, but against a deck full of burn and, Stoke the Flames and what have you, it's not going to do as much work.
I like that.
The Seeker of the Way is not bad here.
Seeker the Way with Raise the Alarms would be rather good.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I can't argue against that. I don't really...
But I mean, nothing ever blocks a Seeker. No one has ever... I played a lot of Seeker. I don't think I've ever had anyone call me on it. Like, just swing into a Caryatid. No one's... Unless it's like turn 7 and the Caryatid is worth getting rid of. In this kind of board set, no one puts the Caryatid in front of the Seeker. It's just not worth it.
And I think... Does Corey still have a Stoke the Flames in hand? This is really where you want to use it to save that Seeker of the Way, and it's going to be very important. I'm not as big a fan of this. I do think he has a Seeker of the Way, Stoke the Flames in hand.
You have essentially traded a Raise Alarm for a Drown the Sorrow, so that's not terrible. It's still only a 1-for-1, really.
Yeah.
But if there was a Stoke, that would have been my preferred line.
Yeah, just because Stoke, you're not throwing away those tokens as well. So it's not discard a card, give this creature +1/+1.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Corey with the bluff here. What are you going to play if you're Corey?
What's he got?
So he does
So
have
he
the
did
Stoke.
have the Stoke.
So he has the Stoke. He still had the 2 red mana up. Sure, he takes Arcane.
And imagine if you had the opportunity to...
You've got those tokens, and you're doming him for 4 anyway.
That means this turn he would have hit for the exact same amount of damage, except he would also have 2 1/1s. I think the Stoke the Flames line is the preferred line. Yeah. And I think if you're not going to take the Stoke the Flames line, the reason is you want to hold off for a Corsair, right here.
Alright, that's pretty spectacular. But he does have a Jeskai Charm in hand, which means in case his opponent cracks that fetch end of turn, you're a big fan of that play, right?
Yeah, I always loved that classic sort of submerge in response to a fetch land now in standard.
He does have another Stoke, so...
But you can do the Jeskai Charm here with just giving it the +1/+1 lifelink, and that just pushes it right through.
Yeah, exactly.
And looks like what he's going to do.
That's a much better play. Because you don't want to,
Because you're actually
you don't
killing
want to stoke
it,
it and not get your value.
Tell you one thing, Corey's deck's always beautiful. I don't think anyone's contesting that.
No,
all
he's
foils.
always got the latest foils.
Yeah, and look at that Battlefield Forge. Is that what, 7? That's like an original foil. That thing is mint.
Here we go. He's Abzan charming. Here's
nice.
to try and get the 2-for-1.
Does
Corey can't play it either because he's only got 3 lands.
That's a blowout.
That's not
That is a blowout, and now that Corsair has 2 counters on it.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he exiled it in response.
He's exiled the Seeker of the Way, which I'm not opposed to.
I think I would have gone for the ballsier play with the
he gets to Wingmate Rock.
Yeah, and this is
where
things turn the corner.
Yeah, I think by Abzan Charming you're playing a much more conservative line, and that's fine, seeing as you just want Corsair to get the raid trigger.
Yeah.
If he has another Jeskai Charm, then he gets to go over the top of Corsair. It ends up being an even trade, and you don't get the trigger on Wingmate Rock.
And I think where things started to spiral out of control here was when Corey made that raise the alarm instead of stoke the flames. If he had stoked, he would have had 2 more creatures. He would have had the red land. He could have, in response to that charm,
that Jeskai Charm would
exiled. Yeah, he could have exiled or killed the Corsair in response, and
a lot of
still
lines
on-
open up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Wingmate's not online. You've got a whole bunch of things.
But yeah,
But-
this game isn't looking good.
No,
I don't
not
believe
at all.
Corey has any cards in hand, but
I believe there is a Sorin just out of frame at the moment.
as well. So he's just
There we go. There
yeah.
it is. Moved him into
Okay, so
frame.
this
yeah.
is definitely out of reach. Two sort of
This is not where you want to be for a bone player. But I don't know. I think he also got a bit greedy with that first Stoke the Flames as well. That just went to Joseph for some life gain instead of, say, holding off on it. Because, I mean, he did announce no blocks. And what's he going to do with 2 carry addeds anyway?
yeah.
Like, yeah. Because if he had have killed, say, this Corsa's not coming online.
And he packs it in.
Yeah. Alright, well, so we'll go to game 3. There are a couple of things that could have been done better, but well played all round from
Jesco Tokens is about 3 weeks old at this point, and it is not an easy deck to play.
No, absolutely.
There's been numerous times where, you and myself and like 2 other people have been standing across a player, and that player makes one play, and each individually we all pick a different line, and neither of them is objectively better because there's just so many options. Ascendancy just brings up. I mean, every time you cast a spell, there is a trigger that means that you have to discard a card.
Exactly.
And discarding a card is always a huge decision. It's one of the hardest things you can do.
And for example, the really ballsy play that Brad Nelson made against the Mardu deck on camera, where he just magma jetted a Butcher of the Horde when there's a free Goblin Rabble Master in play. Like, that's not a play that you would make normally, but he gets the cruise and he hits the second magma jet on the Seeker, on the Butcher
So
of the Horde.
he's Scry 2'd.
Sorry, not Magma Jet. The Magma Spray. 1 red mana, deal 2 damage to target creature. And on the very last card, he ends up hitting
So
the second
he
one.
Magma Sprays then Treasure Cruises.
Yeah.
So that way, so to make it cheaper and just hopes he gets there. Because he
Yeah.
doesn't have enough mana. If he
'Cause-
does it the other way.
Well, no, it's a free spell, but he could have jet the Rabble Master that was in play, but he wouldn't have been able to win.
Yeah. Look, sometimes you just got to take the ballsiest play you
Yeah,
can.
absolutely.
The ballsiest play I've ever seen
Involved in
in
that.
Brisbane was Corey here on the right. We were playing Modern. I swung in and he had 2 Dark Confidants out. And I was going to put him down to 1.
Yep.
And he could have chumped, but that wasn't going to win him the game because then
No,
I had board
absolutely not.
presence.
Yeah.
And this was late in the game. He must have had, play 4 or 5 fetch lands in the graveyard. He's playing junk, 6 lands out. So we're talking, because he was a little bit flooded. So we're talking, he's got a lot. Like his
More
deck
lands
is,
get through.
his deck is stacked with a lot of non-lands, and he has to hit double non-land
Yeah.
off the Dark Confidants.
Spicy.
And you know what?
Yeah.
He hit double non-land and he killed me.
Spicy.
That's just, sometimes you got to go, okay, this is a non-conservative and completely ballsy play, but it's the play that's going to win me the game. The play where I live for 2 turns, but definitely die, is not worth taking. I might as well take the line where
Yeah,
I die or
absolutely.
win next turn, because
Yeah.
it gives me a chance at winning.
Yeah. Like the line from Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So that's how you gotta play Magic sometimes, And I believe we're just taking a bit of a bathroom break here for Joseph. But so what deck did you guys or are you guys leaning towards in
In
this current
Standard, I have no idea. Standard is so... And I'm one of the only people who doesn't like the Standard environment. Everyone tells me I'm an idiot the moment I go, I don't like the Standard environment, including both of the people I'm sitting with currently.
Well, your argument for that is that
I like a stale
there's
metagame.
too much
yeah.
rotation and the metagame is not stale enough, which is.
I loved just mono black, mono blue, blue white miracles.
No,
Just like 3 decks.
ridiculous.
I just love sitting down and going, I know your entire 75, and you probably know my entire 75, and it's gonna be such a game of, here,
The worst.
like, there was
The
so
worst.
many, because each been playing the deck for 6 months, there's so few misplays that the details get even finer. When you play comp level Magic and you start getting up, and you're X and O in a large round, the margins of error start getting really small. But I think when the metagame is stale, they get even smaller, and I find that really exciting when you can try and get the smallest margin. But look, people don't like playing the same deck for 6 months. I personally do, but I can see why. But cool looking playmat here.
Yeah.
Definitely, Corey is no stranger to Boros, as we can see.
Yeah.
What's that?
I believe that's
So that's Iroas.
Perforos on the left,
So the red
and
god.
then Iroas in the middle, and then Heliod on the right.
And then in the front we've got, I believe that's
It is Corey.
Boros. Oh, it's Corey.
Yeah, it's a photo that Corey had digitally
That is
altered into this.
sick.
He was telling me about his playmat.
Pretty spicy playmat. Homebrew there.
Yeah. Very, very nice job, whoever did that.
Yeah, you're never going to sit down and go, I wonder what he's playing.
I think
He goes to shake your hand, he's got the Boros tattoo there on his right arm.
Yeah. So obviously very at home with Jeskai.
Yeah.
What are you guys looking forward to in Fate Reforged?
I am looking forward to Ugin.
Ugin?
Yeah.
Definitely.
My favourite idea of Fate Reforged is that it is a Fate deck. Like you said, it's great when you have these measures of inches, but I feel like with the cards that we've seen spoiled so far, it's all about the choices you make.
And the more options you have, the more...
Great theming so far, and I think it's going to be very good when it comes into play.
Both on a gameplay stand and sort of a flavour standpoint. I'm really excited to see it's all about choices and how that affects when we revisit Tarkir in the third set, how exciting that's going to be.
Absolutely. And a delightful play here.
Swiftspear.
Monastery Swiftspear comes down off a Battlefield Forge. So I'll take one and you take one. Very fair game of Magic here.
But you know what's really unfair? Monastery Swiftspear. Because that card is insane.
Yeah, it's not going to be played.
Yeah.
That's one way to put it.
Foil Floated Strand.
Pretty stacked hand here from Corey as well.
But if Joseph can get off a quick Drown and Sorrow, clean up some of the tokens.
Turn 2 Caryatid. I think you do block the Caryatid on the Monastery Swiftspear, because then it's, especially when he's only at 2 mana, you definitely block him when he's only at 2 mana. I think you even block him when he's at 3 mana, because if you trade a Caryatid for a Jeskai Charm and you've got the lands to back it up, I think you're happy with that decision.
Yeah. It's not.
And you stop yourself from, taking 3 damage. So, that's almost a card in and of itself.
Absolutely. So you think we're going to see Caryatid come down soon?
Well,
I think it's what he needs.
Looks like a Barblight as well.
Barblight's not bad either.
Barblight's pretty solid here.
I think Joseph needs to have a turn 2 play. Because Corey is so explosive. Now he's made a turn 2 play. If Joseph doesn't make a turn 2 play, just some level of interaction, a Barblight, a Caryatid, something.
That's a ballsy move from Corey here as well, playing a second prowess. And I think I can see a Barblight in Joseph's hand. So this could go all kinds of wrong if he doesn't activate it now. If Corey gets another turn, and he goes land drop, swing, okay, I'll Barblight your Secret away, Jeskai Charm.
Yeah.
Joseph's in for a world of hurt.
And
he
look,
hasn't made that land
it
drop.
depends how greedy Corey is going to be here. If Corey's going to try and... Yeah, Corey is going to be that little... it's just to raise the alarm. Okay, so that's fine. So if it was some kind of burner trying to get value, I might just sit back on the burner and do nothing. But she's going to cast the raise the alarm regardless. So...
I mean, you could always cast the raise the alarm in his turn because you might be worried about something like Drown in Sorrow, and you just let.
On Drown in Sorrow, I would say both of them. Yeah, I think you actually do that. I think that's.
Yeah, that's a bit of a.
Once again, it's a hedge. That's what I was saying. I just like about this metagame, man. You just never know. This deck is 2 weeks old. How can we possibly know?
But you can know. All the cards are there. You just got to think. You just got to have more space. You've got to think outside the box. And it's great.
See, a Hero's Downfall and a Siege Rhino in Joseph's hands.
Those are sick tokens.
Okay.
Corey is definitely all about the maximum pimp for his deck.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
This is very alright. So this
Triple
is a pretty
sleeve?
ballsy play here.
Triple sleeve.
I'm pretty sure there's tokens in triple sleeve.
Oh, really?
No, but knowing Corey, they might as well be.
Yeah.
This is where I feel like Monastery Swiftspear is a little less value in the deck. We've seen him play one non-creature spell so far.
But I mean, it's still hitting for 1 every time. It's still at 3 damage, so it's still been a bolt.
It is basically, a bolt at this stage, / a Goblin Guide, / what have you.
Yeah.
And
We've just
Siege
named
Runners-
3 very good cards. I think if you're putting them amongst those cards, you're happy with that decision.
yeah.
Or he's got the Sorin and Elspeth combo. So,
Ooh,
hopefully
but let's see if we can
because-
get there.
Yeah, it's,
I mean,
it's all about
not
getting there
great.
with Absent.
Corey does have a double Jeskai Charm in hand. And you know what? If he's patient enough to hold off on that and just beat with that Monastery Swiftspear, a Sorin coming down is not going to mean a lot.
Well, if he ticks up though, will.
See, this is the problem that I
is
have
he-
with this deck. It's very instant speed, but Corey seems to want to be playing it very sorcery speed. Is that a goblin? No, Hoarding Out.
Holding out first. I think.
Sure, but I mean, this dies pretty hard to.
People so often see instant on the type line and think it has to be cast at instant speed. There's a lot of cards which should basically never be cast. Brainstorm should almost never be cast at instant speed. 5% of the time, Brainstorm should be cast at instant speed. I'm so
I think
glad.
you're wrong.
You think I'm wrong? You think
Yeah.
Brainstorm should be casted?
There are times when you want to cast Brainstorm.
Oh, there are plenty of
Why?
times, especially if you're playing like a very combo deck and you're playing like a strong combo deck and you've got key pieces and someone tries to thought seize you. That's an opportunity. But like I've seen a lot of people go turn 1 land pass, then their opponent goes land and they go to pass and then they end of turn Brainstorm. It's like, what have you achieved there? You've done nothing. That Brainstorm was like a git probe. You're just giving up value. But yeah.
Yes and no.
Ooh, Corey's
Yeah, it all
looking at the
depends
win
on the
here.
day.
Joseph is at 7 life.
Joseph's at 7 life.
Yeah.
Spicy. So this could very quickly go to Corey. Okay.
But
so-
there's the Sorin.
Um,
Yep, and I think he's
I
just...
don't know. I don't know if he's at 7 life here. Then I
Ganning-
think that's a Stoke the
What's
Flames
that,
in Corey's.
12?
Hold on. There's a Stoke in Corey's hand, a Lightning Strike, and a Jeskai Charm. So if he gains 5, he goes up to 12. Stoke is 4, which brings him down to 8.
Jeskai Charm is
Always blocking and then stoking.
Okay, interesting. I'm not.
I think you just go to the face there because what Jeskai Charm represents
It,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He just
Jeskai
goes-
Charm is 6 damage next turn.
He looks like he has gone to the face there.
Yeah, but you can do 6,
Maybe just
9,
saving himself
12.
a couple points of damage.
4. You can do 14 damage next turn by not doing that. So now he's only going to be able to do 12.
Yeah,
Which
so that's 10. No, he's still got it with the Jeskai Charm,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Gives it +1/+1 and lifelink.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 4 on the end, 4 from the. So there's 12 there, right there. There's
And it
12.
still had oldies.
Still
had
got
a
these.
still had a Sentency in hand.
Oh, game goes to Corey. That's a pretty spicy one. I think he just ripped the Ascendancy. But well done to Corey. Well done to Joseph. Both really good decks. Unfortunately, Abzan just a little bit slower out of the gate there. And this version of Jeskai, tokens, what have you, is really going to punish that. So good choice from Corey there. Little less reliant on the Ascendancies, it seems. But still, what a fantastic deck. It's
This
really
is
good.
by far the best Ascendancy deck in Standard. And I don't think anyone's...
I don't think Mantis Riders fit very well with Ascendancy.
But the tokens variant.
The tokens variant, absolutely.
As opposed to the combo or sort of heroic variants.
Absolutely.
You can kind of see what he's taking out here. He's taking out all his bigger stuff that he's brought in. You can see that he actually brought in the Mantis Riders and the Bramaz.
Yeah,
to
and
counteract that Dran and
that's-
Sorrel and Barb.
That's where you want it to be. You don't want it to be main board at all.
I agree with you 100%.
Mantis Rider,
yeah.
Brimaz, fantastic card. Take your Goblin Rabble Masters out on the play and sideboard in Brimaz.